at Syracuse University's Newhouse School of Public Communications and someone the Associated Press has called a, quote, pop culture ambassador. Professor, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And I already complimented you on the TV behind you, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today because, you know, Netflix has come a long way from the days of sending DVDs through the mail. Let's get your reaction to this huge deal.
Yeah, back when people were watching those TVs behind me, nobody would ever have dreamed of what this was. I mean, and as you point out, when Netflix was sending DVDs through the mail, that was really cool. That was like modern stuff at the time. And now it seems like colonial Williamsburg. Well, I mean, where do we start on this? First of all, if you simply look at the characters, the property, the amount of American mythology that's going to be under control of this one company, if it goes through, just off the top of my head, Batman, Ross and Rachel, Tony Soprano, Voldemort, if I dare utter his name, Frodo and all those other Lord of the Rings folks, Citizen Kane, Casablanca. I mean, that's only getting started. So there's a lot that's been acquired here in pure mythic power. And, you know, with AI in the not future, with AI happening, the ability to mess with all that stuff, as Disney is now fiddling around with, could be a reason in itself for this acquisition.
You talk about, yeah, the legacy.
Yeah, consumers, I mean, I guess there's an awful lot of people who have Netflix, and at some point, I guess this is going to mean they'll have both Netflix and HBO, though anybody who thinks that somehow this deal is going to make their streaming cheaper, I think has probably got another think coming. People say that this is going to be yet another blow to theatrical released movies. Netflix is in the business of being a streaming platform, not in the business of getting people to movie theaters. But, you know, they've released things to theaters. Stranger Things, final episode, New Year's is going to be released in theaters. They've promised that these Warner Brothers things are going to continue to have theatrical release. My guess is they'll be in theaters for a shorter window before they come to streaming, but the movies may not be dead yet, even with this deal.
So interesting because you mentioned this could open some doors for movies and some of these legacy films as we knew and loved them and know and love them. You talk about the 300 million subscribers, the potential for costs going up. You know, Professor, we've seen lawmakers already weigh in on this, both sides. We have Republican Senator Mike Lee saying, you know, he has concerns over Netflix's dominance. Senator Elizabeth Warren called on the Justice Department to enforce the nation's anti-monopoly laws. What does that concern say to you? Is this a slippery slope?
Well, I know as a kid growing up, regulation was in a place where the thought of this much consolidation, and not just this deal, what Disney owns is, I haven't checked lately, Disney may own my university for all I know. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff. So this would have, a lot of this would have just seemed, you know, unthinkable amount of consolidation. But this is by no means the first. We've got more and more of the entertainment industry, the culture industry, in fact, under fewer and fewer umbrellas. There's a lot of things that have to happen yet before this deal actually goes through on their own boards and certainly the regulators. But I have to say, as alarming as this kind of massive consolidation is to a lot of people, it wouldn't surprise me to see it happen.
And you mentioned that regulatory process and the deal, it has to go through regulatory approval. Professor, can you walk us through what that process is, what that looks like, and what we're going to see happen next?
Well, there's all kinds of rules that are in place, but there's also ways in which they get waived. So, for example, when the Skydance Paramount deal was going through, one of the things that had to be counted on was waiving various things with station ownership and all of that. So it's a matter of a lot of it is math. It's getting okay, what are the regulations that are involved? that each of these companies have to obey, and then if they come together, which of them are going to get waivers, which of them are they going to get rid of other things? And this is complicated. The Warner Brothers Studios and the HBO streaming service comes with this acquisition, proposed acquisition to Netflix. Other parts of Discovery, of course, are completely separate. So there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of PowerPoints need to be prepared before this is actually going to happen.
A lot to go through. It's interesting, even both the companies, both sides have these breakup fees. It's almost like a prenup of sorts for these major companies. Lastly, Professor, do you think the deal says anything about where we're headed with companies buying up other companies to the point there are just a few people controlling everything?
I think you said it. I mean, there is a sense in which we've got the whole cultural landscape that is kind of under just a few places of, big cultural domination, and it seems to be going in that direction as well. Some people argue this is good for the art form, the economy of scale, and all the rest of it. Others say it is the death of these arts as we know them. We'll find out soon enough, I guess.
We will find out. Syracuse University trustee Professor Robert Thompson, thank you so much for joining us and just bringing a wealth of knowledge.